Hi guys, Saturday the 14th of December, and where am I? I've come back to my favourite canal, the Mon Brec. I've not been here for several weeks now, having been away on Gladys, and I've come back for a little walk, see what's going on. It's a really cold day. But I have just enjoyed a packet of chips, and I must say they were very, very nice. This is usually where the roadhouse hire boats moor up, but for the winter I think they've moved them somewhere else, and they're allowing other people to moor here for the winter. So these are all private boaters who've made an arrangement with roadhouse to leave their boats here. I think there's about 4 boats altogether. There's a stove going in this green one. Obviously somebody living in there. That reminds me of the stove on Gladys. This is our happy place, isn't that nice? I think I may have seen this boat before. I don't know if you can make it out, but you can actually see the bottom of the canal very clearly. The water's very clear here. Some leaves that have fallen down. You can appreciate just how shallow this canal is. Very, very shallow. Quite a bend, this one. An assortment of boats moored up over there. I dare say I've seen many of these before. This is a place I'm very familiar with. What we're coming up to now is Castle Narrowboats. You can see 2 of them there, and I imagine the rest of them are safely tucked away around the corner. CRT boaters facilities just around the corner. Toilets, shower, water for topping up your boat, and facilities for emptying your toilet. You need a special boater's key to access those facilities, and I've got one of those keys now that I'm a CRT license holder with Gladys. But I don't think I'll be needing to use my key today. Those lads are a bit hardier than me. The one boy hasn't even got anything on his sleeves. And there's me, I've got 2 thermal t-shirts, a shirt, a fleece and a coat. That's what comes with age, I suppose. Some dinky little boats over there. Look at that blue one there and the green one. Lovely. About 25 feet, I suppose. Here's the view from above Bridge 104 in the village of Gilwern. I don't know if you'll be able to hear them through the microphones on the camera, but the birds are having a great time behind this fence. Anyone would think that it was spring. Oh, I wish it was. I do wish it was. Canal is very quiet today. I've not seen any boats moving around. It's not surprising really, it's pretty cold. I think it's about 4 degrees. And getting on for 2 o'clock, and it's already the light is seeming to fade, although we do have some blue sky still. Looks like that tree was a victim of the recent storm, I suspect. It's got blown over. I believe the canal itself has had quite a few trees blown over into it, and the CRT and its excellent volunteers will be busy trying to clear those. Hard work, but very essential. And when you see some of these trees, I mean, look at that one there. It's kind of hanging out. It's a wonder they stay up, really, without falling at the best of times. I know I've said it before. Look how shallow it is here. The water is very, very, very clear today. It's not very often you see it as clear as this, and that's nice. Quite a sweeping bend, this one. Canal is looks very full. Yeah, I'm not surprised with all the rain we've had, of course. I'm not sure if this is a winding hole up ahead, just straight in front. I've not brought my Nicholson guide today, and I must confess I can't remember. It looks like a winding hole. But sometimes what looks like a winding hole is just sort of a wide patch, and you can come a cropper if you try and turn there, because you'll just run aground. I think it's probably a winding hole. Yeah. Few people out walking today. Many of them have got dogs, taking advantage of a fine day at last. This is Bridge 105 on the exit from Gilwern. Quite a sharp little bend to the left as you come out from the bridge. So you have to be careful you don't bang the back end of your boat on this edge as you turn left. You know, when you're driving a boat, generally you're mainly concentrating on trying to go through without touching either of the sides. It's quite narrow, and normally there's only maybe 4 or 5 inches to spare on each side. So your mind is on that, and sometimes it's difficult to forget the majesty of these fantastic bridges. All over the canal network there are bridges like this that have stood 200 years in some cases. You know, and they're as true today as the day they were built. Really, really strong. Yes, they've had a few repairs here and there. But after all, when you think about it, pretty incredible construction. And these things were all built by hand, just like the canal itself. Dug out by hand. No excavating machines in those days. Looks like a very large branch has come down. Pretty much covered half of the canal. It's hard to see how far underneath it's gone. So I'm walking out from Gilwern towards Brecon, and probably I've done about a mile, maybe a mile, and here's the first really major obstruction. As you can see, trees are down on both sides, so the canal's quite impassable for a narrowboat. So if I've seen this much in just a mile, you can imagine the extent of the clearance work for the whole of the canal, which is I think about 35 miles long. Yeah, some serious work for the CRT volunteers. I also find it very sad that these trees that have stood for so long, minding their own business, get brought down by the force of the wind. It's not a nice way for them to end, is it? On a more cheerful note though, I'm reassured to think that in the spring, because we will have a spring after this dreadful winter, all this will have been cleared and everybody will probably have a much bigger smile on their face. All this will be gone, the boats will be going up and down, people will be enjoying the canal, including me on Gladys. Not on this canal, not yet. Maybe in a couple of years' time though I will, but I shall certainly be enjoying the canals elsewhere. And just as with this canal, I should be very grateful to the CRT and its many volunteers who will have done all the clearance work. Very, very hard work. As the name suggests, they're volunteers, they don't get paid anything. And in fact, one of my subscribers is a CRT volunteer, David, and he'll be out soon, I'm sure. Maybe he already is, starting the clearance work on this very canal. And so as a CRT license holder, I'd like to express my big thanks to David and all the other CRT volunteers, without whom we wouldn't be able to go anywhere. Yeah, so the people like David who keep the canals clear, and the lock keepers like Kevin, my friend Kevin in Worcester, fantastic people. They give their time for nothing and ask for nothing. Yeah, 3 cheers for them, I say. So it's a week now since I left Gladys at Aqueduct Marina on the Middlewich branch. Middlewich joins the Trent and Mersey Canal and the Shropshire Union Canal. And I'll be going back to Gladys to see her sometime in January. So I'll film that visit. And then in February I'll be going back again to see about getting her ready for her real adventures. So in the meantime, since I left Gladys, the guys at the marina have winterized her, that's the expression, and basically it means as much water as possible will have been drained out from the cold water pipes tank and the hot water tank, and the pumps will have been disconnected, and that's to protect against the possibility of freezing temperatures, and any residual water can freeze inside the boat, and then when it thaws out, of course it can damage the components. So if the boat's left on its own, it's a good idea to take as many precautions as you can. So they've done that for me, and she's also had her first 25-hour engine service, so that's good. The next service I think is once it's done 50 hours, and then it gets a bit more easygoing after that. Well, it's nearly 2:15 and it's getting quite cold. I was going to wear my Gladys and Narrowboat baseball cap, but I realised it just wouldn't be warm enough. I'm well wrapped up, but I still feel cold, so time to head back. Just been a little walk. I just wanted to revisit my favourite canal, see what had happened in the storm. As we've seen, quite a few trees down just in this one section here. Going to take some fixing, but it will get fixed. Before you know it, it'll be back as good as ever. I look forward to that. That's for the future. As for Gladys's future, she's safely tucked up there, tucked up in bed at Aqueduct Marina, and she can stay there now to the end of February. I've paid in advance, and I dare say I could extend that if the weather turned out to be too bad. But my rough plan is that middle to end of February I will take off and start my proper adventures. I fancy doing the Anderton boat lift, which isn't far from Aqueduct Marina, and also going back up the Llangollen Canal and going across that, I was going to say bloody big aqueduct, but that rather large aqueduct at Boncasalte. Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that again. So that's what to look forward to, and after that I'm probably going to head down the Shropshire Union Canal and maybe to the end of that canal, and then get onto the Birmingham canals, go through Wolverhampton and Birmingham, head down to Worcester, I think. After that, who knows? It's at 2 miles an hour. You can't go very far. Yeah, we'll have to see. But I hope you'll come with me on the journey wherever I go with Gladys. And I'm not sure if I'll have a video for you next week. A lot of things to do, including some work I have to do as well this coming week. So if there isn't a video, then I best take this opportunity now of wishing you all a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Thank you all for watching this year, staying with me, especially those who have been with me since before Gladys was launched. You're a fine bunch of people, and everyone who's joined since, who's subscribed since, thanks ever so much. I do really appreciate it. Keep those comments coming, keep those likes coming, and carry on subscribing. And if you know anyone who you think might like the channel, please do tell them about it. That'd be great. So for me, for now, it's going to be goodbye. I don't normally drink cola, but I've got some today, and I'll just have a little drink of this to you and wish you all the best. So Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Cheers. Just what you want on a cold day. Bye.